Team Sweeney. Can you hear the whisper? And it's hard to forget where they're located.
On Market Street in Boardman.
And the vehicles, well, there are lots of them to say the least. But this place goes beyond cars. It's the people who make up the team, the people who make the whisper memorable, and the reason why people flock to Market Street. The people who have a real love for what they do.
I always loved cars and I like people. And I was from this area all my life. Even when I was a little boy, like going on Turnpike with my parents, I'd point out, this is a Pontiac, that's a Dodge. Just always liked cars.
And one person in particular has been selling cars for over 55 years. Rick Spokane is a fixture for many reasons that have stood the test of time. And he, just like most, has had to work his way up. He knew he wanted to work for the best, and at that time, State on Wick Avenue was the best.
I was only like 20 years old, and I said, Andy, I'd love to get into the car business. He says, this wouldn't be a good place to start. He said, that would be like putting you at shortstop for the Yankees opening day. He said, you get a year's experience at a smaller dealership, and if you like it, I'll be more than happy to hire you. And that's what I did.
That was just the beginning for Rick. He learned what it would take to be one of the top salespeople in the area. It took time, his time, and he still takes most of his time right here at his desk. He puts in 6 days a week.
The main thing about being in the business, to take care of your customers, you have to be there. And especially for a referral that comes in and asks for you, and if I'm golfing, they're not going to come back.
Rick has lived through the changes within the automotive industry. The same customer he catered to in the 1960s is not the same customer he caters to today.
The biggest advantage back then is that cars were only $3,000 in the 60s. And you could have a little piece of a job and live at home and buy a new car for $3,000, and the payment was $100 a month for 3 years. And if you could fog a mirror, GMAC would approve you. You know, so that you played to a bigger audience. But they've combated that with leasing. And leasing is similar. You just pay for the portion you used.
Rick has sold almost 10,000 cars. That's 15 cars a month on average for 12 months for 55 years. And even though that seems like an unreal number, Rick points to the reality of having a good team to support what matters the most, his customer.
Well, the biggest thing is working for a company that cares and that's interested in customer orientated. Because we don't deal with any tourists. If you're not completely satisfied, you're not going to come back. So the main thing here is focused on service, how you take care of the customer. If they run into a problem, they'll back them up.
And when asked which car he's most excited about, well, his answer points to why he has had years of success. His top pick is simply because of value.
I'm most excited about the Chevy Equinox because it's a wonderful car and it leases at a very attractive price with a lot of safety features. It's our bread and butter car.